last time on Robot Wars, Thunderbirds were definitely go, just like the series semi-finalists who've been and gone already. But it's the last of our heats, and only one more robot will have what it takes to join them. Keep watching as the nuts and bolts fly.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Metal Mickey's illegitimate son, Craig Charles.
We live in a disunited kingdom. Just look at England and Scotland. They're almost divorced, arguing about who gets to keep the oil and who gets the Donald Where's Your Trousers CD. And Wales, they want to be independent. They want to split from the mainland and float off towards the Bahamas. If the country gets any more disunited, you'll need a visa to get into Yorkshire. But here on Robot Wars, it doesn't matter where you come from. We're all united. It's just the robots that want to kill each other. And who are we to call the peace? Let's meet our contenders.
First, from Red Hill in Surrey, Tender Caress.
This is the fastest in the field at 15 miles an hour. It looks like a lurid bottle top. Its circular saw, Sinclair's C5 motorised angle grinder, and 8-inch long steel-pointed tip will hardly caress. Two 24-volt C5 motors also power the two-wheel drive.
From the Isle of Wight, Vercingetorix.
Will this have the gall to destroy all? Veni Vidi Vici, it says. Will they come see and conquer with a pneumatically powered front flipper or 15-centimetre rear spike and alloy side ram strengthened by horseshoe studs? The outer Tyrillium carbonate alloy shell is adjustable.
From Burnley, Havoc.
And a teenage teen mean to wreck just that with two large steel spikes at the rear and car-sink steel-spiked mace, a front lifting tongue or battering ram 2, all jacked up by a Lancia windscreen wiper motor. The front panels are from T6 armoury, usually used on aircraft.
From Bristol, Angel of
A
Death.
purple parallelogram, which can flip over and still run smoothly on its windscreen wiper engines. The shell's 3mm thick steel with a tubular steel chassis. From the age of 1, roboteer Dan McGrath's enjoyed playing with vacuum cleaners. Today, he hopes to clean up.
From Baswick in Staffordshire, Flirty Skirty.
3 generations of the Peter family took 8 weeks to build this. The base is wooden, the framework angle iron and aluminium. The shell comes from a minibus. The two 12-volt motors come from Volvo windscreen wipers. At 2 miles an hour, it's slow, very slow.
From Cannock in Staffordshire, Hardbar.
According to its stickers, the mission is to bludgeon, carve, destroy, disembowel, decapitate and violate with a cutting disc and front scoop. It's nippy at 12 miles an hour, but it's tagged as a full-on annihilation unit. Could be a little on the large side, Craig.
The wind stopped blowing, the birds have stopped singing, and I'm sure I can hear the field mice asking where the fight is. It's here. It's the first round.
This is the Gauntlet, obstacle course from hell. As ever, 3 perilous routes to choose from, each one guarded by a house robot. And for added menace, we've included the Sentinel, sweeping the floor with its spikes and sweeping away any stupid robot that should try to cross its path.
Roboteers, stand by.
Vercingetorix with Captain Ian Gear.
It is powered by 2 24-volt DC motors and is track-driven. It has a front flipper and also some side rams.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Romanus aiunt domum. Romans go home, says Vercingetorix. They want to show the house robots the way to go home. Reach the trial stage, taking on the Sentinel. And pushed against the side wall. It doesn't look exactly mobile. Top speed 9 miles an hour. The Sentinel pinning it on that wall. What on earth is he celebrating? Pushing the Sentinel back? I don't think so. I think the Sentinel... Oh, I don't know. The Sentinel looks to have been a little bit damaged there. And in comes Dead Metal. And that's revenge for his mate, the Sentinel. Vercingetorix going nowhere for the Latin lovers. 2A, Hope Lessum, Arum.
Vercingetorix, to the platform. Well, guys, what happened there?
I think they got us on our Achilles heel.
And what is that?
Through the...
Stronger than he is.
We sorted out his pointy thing, didn't we?
Yeah, well, yeah, you bent that, but you just didn't seem to get going in that.
Yeah, but our paint job's still good.
Yeah, it's a bit scratched up. Do you think you've done enough to get through to the next round?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to wait and see. Ladies and gentlemen, there's some Gettericks.
5.1 metres. Will that be enough?
Roboteers, stand by.
Hardbark with Owen Barwick, Liz Harrison, Mike Evans.
It started off life as a wheelchair chassis, which is the bit you can still see here painted brown. We built it out using aluminium section for strength and lightness. Our main weapon is a pair of lifting forks driven by a motorcycle starter motor in there, which is powered through a reduction gearbox, a 300 to 1 reduction gearbox, just like that, which I've designed and have made myself. The armour is 3mm thick aluminium plate, and that is the second line of defence. The first line is our sacrificial armour, which is very thin, and the interface and the gap between this and the thick stuff should stop any cutting discs getting through.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Will it be a sacrificial lamb to the slaughter? Good early speed, can get up to 12 miles an hour, dashing beyond the Sentinel. Dead Metal comes to close. Catches that sacrificial armour. Oh, wow, that wasn't too much. Hard work for the house robots, was it? Let's have a look at the proud boast. Are you sure? 10.6 metres, though, ahead of Vercingetorix.
Roboteers, stand by.
Next up, Tender Caress.
The top plate here is shock mounted, so if anything hits that, it shouldn't transfer too much of the shock to our robot. At the back, we have an angle grinding blade and a titanium saw.
3, 2, 1, activate.
This has got great speed and can take on the Sentinel, I think, and run the Sentinel and Dead Metal. But they're not going that way. They're going to take on the Ramrick and the Flames. That's a mistake.
Large flames, we need heat protection, so aluminium foil everywhere.
Yep. All over our delicate electronics and protective plates.
I think they've made a major error of judgment coming this way. They're wedged in against the angle grinders. Dead Metal's come across this side now. They're not going to get away. That's armour-plated aluminium with a stainless steel mesh on the top to protect it. I don't think the house robots will cause too much damage, but it's not going to get away. That's a bad run. Got stuck in there against the Ramrig. I thought this robot would do really well, but only 5 metres. Bottom so far.
You had a pretty hard time,
we
didn't
did.
you?
We did. Indestructible, but incontrollable. You should have seen the spikes out there. When the angle grinders came across, we totally bent their spikes. So that's pretty cool. And they haven't really bent our robot much, you know, just the odd angle grinder there and on the top. But no real damage to the robot. It's a shame we can't go straight.
Roboteers, stand by.
Havoc with Kevin Shirtcliffe, John Robinson and Philip Robinson.
Inside we've got 2 large motors salvaged from a 1963 Atco lawnmower. We have a large lifting jack with the weapons, batteries, speed controller, and all the armour is made from aircraft aluminium.
3, 2, 1, activate.
So it's go for youngsters Kevin Shirtcliffe and John Robinson. Oh no, it's no go. What's gone wrong here?
You went in, you've come straight off again. What happened?
Well, one of the motors was operating, the other one isn't. So we suspect there's a terminal come off one of the solenoids. We're just trying to find out what it is now.
So those aren't the bits that came from a 1963 lawnmower then?
No, the lawnmowers are fine.
Ah, phew! Ah, got it. Got it.
Just a wire come off.
You know what it is?
Yes.
Yeah,
Wire come out. So it's about a 10-second job.
You should just give it
Right?
right.
3, 2, 1, activate.
I can tell you they were just inside the time allowed to get those repairs completed. And this is a little bit sluggish. You've got to be nippy here to get beyond the Sentinel. You've got to time it right and make sure that Dead Metal doesn't have time to come in and close, and it does. Oh, let's play dodgems, boys. Knock straight back. And you see now Dead Metal's in place. And the Sentinel, even though one of those barbs is bent. How painful to have one of your barbs bent. Actually, it looks as if Dead Metal's circular saw is also out of action there, look, because it's not coming in to test the power of that coated steel polyurethane chassis. They were a little bit lucky there, I think. .2 metres, they've done enough. They were a little bit fortunate, Havoc.
Is it terrifying? It's very terrifying, yeah, and it's very hot as well. You feel yourself sweating as you're standing there, and being scared stiff doesn't help either.
Robot ears, stand by.
Flirty Skirty, son Richard, dad Albert, granddad Victor.
It's called Flirty Skirty because it's got some flaps, which are called the skirt. That's operated at 40 psi, which comes out of this tank.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Slow and steady, early on, from Flirty Skirty. These great yellow and black chevrons. Again, looks as if it's going to take on the Sentinel. It's a deadly looking spike in the front and spiked underneath too. In comes the Sergeant. A lick of flame to scorch that paintwork. The Sentinel awaits. Go on, go, 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 go! The Sentinel with a little nudge, propelling it forward, but they've done well there. 30 have timed that well. Oh, now look! That's the perfect fit for the death trap. And the right colours too, it matches. Go on, get in there. Holding on, in comes Kill-A-Lot. Up he goes! Excellent end.
Take the platform. What was the lot of it?
Well, we kind of got so far, but the big arm got us pushing and moving us along, and then we kind of got hid behind it, so we couldn't see where we were.
What were those flaps at the bottom? What were they doing?
They're to flip over other robots and sort of hit circular saws, spikes.
Do you think with that robot you're going to progress much further in the competition?
Yeah, we should do.
Well, I hope you do progress. It's nice to see 3 generations of the same family building robots. Give them a round of applause. Flirty Skirty.
Great stuff. Flirty Skirty, 10.4 metres, but look at Tender Caress down the bottom. They're only on 5.
Robot ears, stand by.
Angel of Death with Dan McGrath and Nathan Green.
Okay, take a look inside. We've got a homemade speed controller made out of the standard 12-volt relays. That gives us 2 forward speeds and 2 reverse. It runs on 12 and 18 volts. Obviously 18 is the faster speed. Windscreen wiper motors for the motive power and also for the cutting discs, obviously with the gearboxes cut off. Top speed, about 3-4 miles an hour, and these go at about 10-15,000 RPM.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Interesting to see the circular saws protected there. We're not too sure if this has got enough power. It's very low at 22 centimetres. The house robots will have difficulty getting hold of it. It's taking on now the ram rig and those angle grinders, the circular saws biting in. Look at the wheel spin there. Has this got enough power to get away? Doesn't seem so. The Sergeant comes in and Dead Metal. Bit of a scorching time for Angel of Death. The Angel has hardly unfurled its wings so far. Now you see it can't bite down. It's too low for the house robot to get hold of. Miserable run.
The Angel of Death. Come up to the platform. Well, what was all that about then?
What can I say? Just a bit too low, I think, and we need more power, definitely.
It was just basically very bad, that, wasn't it?
Pretty bad. We weren't expecting the quality to be so high. We came here thinking ours was all right, and they're so fantastic this year. What can we say? Right class.
The Angel of Death.
It's dead. Yeah, definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause anyway. Don't look so disappointed. Come back in the next war.
Yes, a word of encouragement for Angel of Death. You were awful. Tender Caress survives.
Not as good as the rest, is it?
No.
Too late
Sadly.
for the grind.
Now, Nathan, I now have to ask you about your previous building experience.
I haven't really built much. What have you told them?
What about the pond filling device?
Oh, I didn't believe it. Well, at least they fitted the pond.
It didn't work though, did it?
Well, no, it didn't work, no.
What about the birdhouse?
That was fine.
I thought it fell apart.
Well, after a few years.
And now you've built Angel of Death.
Yeah, well, that didn't work either.
Better recurring theme, eh?
Well, yeah. It'll be better next time.
Yeah, much better next time. Well, it could be much worse, could it?
One robot shoved out, one to be sat on in the trials. Two huge, heaving, heavy, hulking, massive, sweaty bodies locked together in the most ancient and noble of sports. No, it's not two fat ladies play golf, madam. It's sumo, robot style. Each of our 5 surviving robots will lock wheel trims with dead metal. Whoever lasts the least amount of time before getting the big push will be turned into chop suey. Let the trials begin.
Now, just in case you're wondering how people pass the time in the pits when they're not tinkering, this is how the Tender Caress team do it. Thanks very much. Anything to ease the stress and strain that is life on Robot Wars. Do you not think you should be doing a bit of tinkering? Is there nothing for you to fix on your robot?
I should probably get some padding on this to make it more comfortable, but that's about it.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Overconfidence could be a load of balderdash, couldn't it, really? Especially with dead metal in that sort of form. Oh, you're out!
Cease.
Dead metal circular shaw's been repaired, but it's the pincers here that do the damage. Look at that, a little flick. Gone. Out. Only 6.03 seconds for Tender Caress. It won't be enough.
So, just as you're going in, how do you think you'll do?
We've made a last-minute modification to the robot, so fingers crossed we should be okay.
What's the last-minute modification?
We're going to nail ourselves to the floorboards.
In you go. Thanks, guys.
3, 2, 1, activate.
On the offensive against dead metal. Again, has enough power, though, the house robot there to force backwards, a little stumble. And there they've dug in, look, with those spikes, but eventually toppled over the edge. I think they've just done enough. They've dug in with the spikes. 10.63 seconds. Yes, they're through.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Reversing Getorix team, saying their prayers, it would seem. That's good power. Look at the wheel spin there. Good traction as well. And a flip from that front flipper, putting dead metal off. Two 24-volt wheelchair motors drive this. Seems to have enough power to survive. It's already through them. Question of pride now to hang on in there for the full 30 seconds. Go on, dig in! Hang on in there! Hang on in there, Vercingetorix! The Tyrillium carbonate alloy shell taking some punishment, but they're through. Great run, that. Well done. They've survived. Tender Caress looks a little bit vulnerable.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Havoc with 15-year-old John, 16-year-old Kevin dodging there, look. Ooh, they steered just too far wide on the sumo ring. Dead metal saw, giving punishment. They've done enough, they're through. Edged out in the end.
Cease.
But it was that initial burst and dodge that takes them through. There you are, 14.15 seconds there through. Tender Caress, you could be heading out.
Robot ears, stand by.
The last robot up, Hardvark.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Immediately coming in on the attack there on dead metal. It's a good early assault. Look at this for a push. Liz Harrison's loving this. Dead metal almost on the edge. Or was it a dummy to draw in Hardvark there? And finally goes, but it takes dead metal with it. And Liz loved it all. Kamikaze from the sumo warrior.
Cease.
But there, dead metal falls. They're through. 17.6 seconds. Tender Caress. Bye-bye.
Jovial and jolly, that's what we like to see. Well done, guys. You're definitely in with that time.
Wow, amazing. And you do realise that our controller's been not terribly good. We had a big burnout, so we only had forwards and backwards control on them. So we're thrilled that we got through, and we took dead metal with us.
The Tender Caress team. Hello.
Disappointed on the way home, very disappointed, but such is life, you know. 6 seconds in the ring is not a lot of time, is it?
They say that when gods fight, lightning flashes and thunder roars. So if it starts raining nuts and bolts, you'll know you're in the presence of 4 robotic gods. This is the arena. Normal rules apply. obliterate or immobilise your opponent. If there's no clear winner, a decision will be made by our panel of judges. They'll be looking at style, control, aggression and damage. Let the fighting begin.
The first of our semi-finals, Hardvark against Vercingetorix.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Hardvark, the faster and heavier of these two bots, of course fighting, as are all of tonight's competitors, for the last place in our series semi-finals. Tentative early on, there are those front prongs on Hardvark. And again, oh, something went wrong there. Did you see the forks just dug into the ground? I don't think that was planned. But Vercingetorix can't get away here. It seems to have been immobilised. Oh, look, there is something wrong with the forks. They shouldn't prong in like that, almost impaling itself. Hardvark on the floor of the arena, but Vercingetorix has stopped completely. They can't control it. There's a major problem here. And it's the PPZ. Liz, backseat driver. Won't have any of that. She just wants to get in control of things. There's the sergeant. And also Shunt. Their aim is Vercingetorix. Kill-a-lot in there as well, onto the flame pit. And it's char-broiled Vercingetorix. Dulce et decorum est pro patria more. How sweet it is to die for your fatherland. And that's what's going to happen, it looks to me, for Vercingetorix. Look at that, warped out of shape now by Kill-a-lot. Hardvark simply looks on, and the crowd want the end of it. So does she and the rest of the team. And into the pits, and that's it for Vercingetorix and the Roman boys. And Hardvark through to tonight's final.
Well, there you go, flame-grilled Vercingetorix and Hardvark up to the podium. Well, lads, it all went pants. What happened?
Transmitter.
Does it look like your motor had died or something? Because you were just standing still, weren't you?
It's the way it goes, isn't it?
Well, you're going to come back again, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Build a bigger, better, harder robot, and we'll see you next time on Robot Wars. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Hardvark.
Yeah, even harder.
Next fight now. This is a biggie.
It is.
Are you feeling confident?
We'll do it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
fix those forks.
You've got to fix the forks because they were stopping you advancing, weren't they, at certain
They're
stages?
a little bit loose and they're broken now, obviously, so we'll sort them out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hardvark! Good luck.
Well, we can cook some eggs now. It's hot enough to cook eggs.
Yeah, we're running this hot stuff.
Your face was a picture. You'll never recreate that in a million years. I couldn't believe it. I was watching it. What's going on?
There's one point where you think, we might actually win this. It's not right. Yeah, go for it. It's brilliant. Fantastic.
The second semi-final tonight, Havoc against Flirty Skirty.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
So it's the Peter family with Flirty Skirty, the yellow and black chevrons against the teenagers Kevin and John and the Havoc boys. With that red front lifting ram against the skirts of Flirty Skirty. A little bit of a dance early on. There's the push from Havoc towards the PPZ, the perimeter patrol zone, that lets now Kill-a-lot come in on Flirty Skirty. Using the claws to break open there, it's seen the upper shell of Flirty Skirty. Yes, he has learned. And now lifting the upper skirts of Flirty Skirty off. No petticoats underneath, look, just machinery. Up it goes, almost up and off. Good cancer! You have disrobed Flirty Skirty. You can to Kill-a-lot. It is not done in Robot Wars to leave the young lady so vulnerable. Well, Havoc's turned away, almost embarrassed. Young Richard Peter, for some ghastly reason, is enjoying the destruction of his own robot, and to Kill-a-lot dragging. Oh, look, Flirty Skirty is now completely undressed towards the flame pit. I think that's where he wants to go. But time is running out here. Can to Kill-a-lot complete the destruction and doom of Flirty Skirty? Not quite. They look worried. I think the Havoc boys are through. And they enjoyed it all. Up bizarre.
To the platform, Havoc! Go to the platform! Well, flirty, shirty, you had his shirt lifted and it wasn't a pretty sight.
Nope, no, it was good fun though. So funny.
Are you going to come and join us again in another war?
Yeah, next year, bigger motors.
Bigger motors.
Get 'em back.
Harder robot.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. Havoc, you through? Hey! How'd that go for you then?
Oh, it was a bit boring, really. I just didn't want to go anywhere near the house robots because we don't want to love his paintwork scratching, do we, Kev?
No, Del.
Anyway, you're through to the next fight. If you win that, you're through to the series semi-finals. Are you feeling confident?
Confident as you can be for a robot costing 50 quid.
And that's all it costs, 50 quid?
That's right, yeah.
Well, you've done very, very well. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Wreaking havoc.
What's that about the paintwork?
Oh, yeah, we don't want it scratching because, you know, it takes such a long time to get a nice finish.
So it's Havoc and their pocket money machine against Lightning Liz and the Aardvark team.
Okay, Havoc team, what have you got to do?
Oh, well, we're pretty well finished, actually. We've just got to charge the batteries, which you can see in there, and also some over there. And I think that's about it.
Oh, very laid back. Sit and have a cup of coffee while you're waiting, why don't you? But it doesn't look so laid back over here for the Aardvark team. What are you up to?
We're increasing our power. We had so many problems that we've decided to get a bit of speed up forward.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Will the extra power be decisive here for Owen Barwick, Mike Evans and Liz Harrison and the Aardvark team? Look at the front mace on the adjustable weapon of Havoc brought in for the final. Two young lads. Kevin's just completed 10 GCSEs. John Robinson's hobby, the 15-year-old, is to build go-karts. Nice manoeuvrability there to get away from the flame pit. Steering back in towards Aardvark now, Havoc. Pushing it onto our own mace. And Matilda. Aardvark spins away quickly. Into space, looking now to again go on the attack. Don't forget the judges will vote on star control, damage and aggression. Havoc being shoved towards the PPZ. In comes Shunt. 1 and 2 slams with the pickaxe. And up and on one side goes Havoc. Immobilised! Aardvark are the winners!
Ladies and gentlemen, Aardvark, come on to the podium! Well, you must be happy about that.
Yeah, it was a bit close to start with, but once we got him into the black area, the house robots took over.
What was your game plan?
The game plan was to try and stay in for as long as possible. We've got no game plan whatsoever.
So, you've won your heat, you're through to the series semi-finals. Are you going to change the robot at all?
Yep. We're going to try and get it working, yeah. We've got some faults we haven't been able to get working yet, so we'll have some real power then.
Ladies and gentlemen, Aardvark! TV sensors can put in their all, but they can't touch us. We're robot wars. Bye-bye!
And the lineup for our second semi-final is complete. Roadblock, the reigning champion. Cassius floats like a butterfly, stings like a bee. The chrome-plated King Buxton. GBH. Rocking and rolling, Blunderbird 2. And tonight's winner, Aardvark, all through.
Gone through this whole time in a state of disbelief. Yes, I have really. I'm amazed we got this far.